The Great Glen Way is an 80-mile long-distance trail in Scotland. I hiked this trail solo with nothing but my tent and my bag in late September and into October of 2023. It runs coast to coast from Fort William to Inverness, following the Caledonian Canal and the major natural fault line of the Great Glen. The route offers mostly low-level walking, but still has its challenges of isolation and steep inclines throughout the hike. Whether lochside or up high, be prepared for dramatic views of expansive landscapes as the way runs along the complete lengths of Loch Lochy, Loch Lochy and Loch Ness. I met some genuinely wonderful people on this hike, encountered many adorable animals, and trekked through woods, over hills and along lochs with incredible scenery. The weather was dynamic, to be expected as it's Scotland in autumn, and the Great Glen Way truly offers everything. Designated as one of Scotland's great trails and one of my personal favourite long-distance hikes, so I hope you enjoy this adventure. I woke up in my cosy bed at the Highland Bridge Hotel after a relaxing sleep and listening to the storm rage throughout the night, the howling wind and downpouring of rain telling me that I'd made the right decision. I had my breakfast and headed into Spean Bridge in favour of finding the quickest way back to the trail, which was around 3.5 miles away. So I've actually walked a bit further in the opposite direction because I was told that there'd be a bus that would take me to Gairlochy to save me about 3.5 miles of extra walking that I don't need to do, which would have taken about 2 hours give or take. So hopefully, it says there's one in 5 minutes, but it doesn't really say. None of them say Gairlochy, but I'm hoping that that's just one of the stops and not like, you know, one of these main stops on the way. So if it's going this way, I assume it's going to be going round, so at least I can ask the bus driver of the bus that should be arriving soon. I just really hope there is one, because if not, I've just wasted about 15 minutes walking further away. And if the driver tells me that there are no buses for a good while that'll take me to Gairlochy, I'm just gonna have to walk back, and I'll be a bit annoyed that I'll have to do, I think it's a good like 4 miles from here, 3.5 from the hotel, so just an extra 4 miles. That'll be a bit annoying. At least it'll be downhill this time as opposed to uphill yesterday. But we'll see. I've just had breakfast at the place, so I'm feeling all like, you know, fed and energized and all that. Had a really good night's sleep. Bed was so cozy, and it was pretty rainy last night and windy, like blustery winds and very heavy rain. So even though I would have been able to cope with that in a tent last night, obviously there's no way of knowing, it could have been worse for all I knew. And from what everyone was saying, it sounded like it was going to be, but I suppose, you know, it's nice that I've got a dry tent for tonight, which it looks okay tonight, so I think I will be camping tonight. I mean, I should be, unless, like, I don't know, another freak weather incident occurs. Please don't tell me I've just jinxed that. So yeah, we'll just see what happens. Hopefully we'll be camping tonight, hopefully there's a bus, and hopefully I can get back to Gairlochy where I can continue with the trail. Okay, so I was probably waiting at that bus stop for about 25 minutes and I was about to give up, and a coach came by and pulled up and asked me where I was going, and I said, I'm trying to get to Gairlochy, do you know if you're going that way, or do you know if like a bus goes that way? And he was like, best I can do is drop you off at the Commando Memorial, which is like a mile down the road. And I was like, yeah, that's fine, thank you so much. So he charged me £2.10 for it, but he has probably saved me about 40 minutes. I'm very grateful, and it's and that was the only uphill bit, and it was all uphill that last bit, or the first bit even, and now it will all be downhill, so very happy about that. And honestly, just a little further down is where that woman picked me up yesterday, so it's like I've just cut out the whole journey, but I'm walking back the same amount I did yesterday that I did to get there. So like I said, so there's the Commando Memorial. The Commando Memorial is a Category A listed monument dedicated to the men of the original British Commando forces, overlooking the training areas. It was unveiled by the Queen Mother on September 27th, 1952, which was coincidentally 71 years exactly to the day that I started my hike on the Great Glen Way, as today was the 28th of September. The plaque mounted on this bronze sculpture reads, "In memory of the officers and men of the Commandos who died in the Second World War, 1939 to 1945. This country was their training ground." So yeah, Gairlochy is about 2 miles from here, so with a good pace, should only take me an hour with an even better pace, which I'll try and keep. I'll aim for about 40-45 minutes and I should be back on the trail. It's just after 10, so ideally by 11, but I'll keep you guys updated. Also, this is the point where I got picked up yesterday. She pulled over here and I got in the car and she drove down to turn around just there. So nice to know where that was. And exactly this time yesterday, exactly 25 past 10 I think it was, I started the trail from the old fort in Fort William. It's nice to know that I'm starting them at the same time, even though obviously I did aim for earlier today than 20 past 10, but I mean I left the hotel about, what time was it, 9:30 or something like that. Yeah, about 9:30, 9:20 it might have been. So I was ready to get going and she said, oh, the bus stop's right around the corner and one should be coming, but obviously one never did. And then a coach gave me a lift, about a mile lift, which was nice. £2.10 though, still. A learner driver just passed me in a driving school car and I don't know why, but it's just funny to me because I'm so... I'm not going to say I'm in the middle of nowhere exactly, but I don't know, it's just funny to see. I know people have to learn to drive wherever they live, but just look around, imagine how lucky to be learning to drive around here. I guess you'd be distracted by the views though. I would be. I remember seeing these birch trees coming up here yesterday, but like, look at this, it's so cool. I do love birch trees, I just think they're very pretty and the leaves always look very like dainty and happy. And obviously the bark's interesting, it's like paper. Very good for starting fires, that is. Just peel the bark off, make sure it's dry, and perfect natural fire lighter. But yeah, look at that, because it's where all the red has come out and it's like flesh or blood. Oh my goodness, and it's exposing the inner trunk. I think that's amazing. These cows again that I saw yesterday. Hello. I'm not too far off now, just a bit downhill, and then I pass a holiday park that I remember, and then those big open fields, then those houses, then that graveyard that I will quickly stop by like I said I would, and then Gairlochy. So I'd say about 15 minutes, which tracks because it's 11:15. So that's the plan, and today I'm going to aim for Laggan, or if I'm feeling it, push on to Invergary. So either one, it's a fair trek, and just basically as long as I get past Loch Lochy, which I will. So I'm gonna aim to walk the entire length of Loch Lochy today and stop either just at the head of Loch Lochy or a little bit further on, and again aim into camp given that the weather isn't too bad. Here's that storm last night, really didn't seem like it deserved a weather warning, if I'm honest. I say that, the rain was really heavy, everything would have been wet, but I don't know, I knew that it'd be rainy before I came here. So I'm happy that I did what I did though. I'm not saying that I regret it, because I don't. It was a lovely night and it's nice. I never would have met these like nice people, and that's what I love about these hikes, you know. Like I'm never going to see them again, but I just love to meet happy, nice, like-minded people. Or oh my gosh, you guys, there's more here. You guys are probably down there or something yesterday. There's loads. I love cows. stop and look at every cow that I pass. Yeah, so sorry. Meeting people like that lovely woman Helen who gave me a lift, and the woman, I didn't get her name, who checked me into the hotel, the manager, who basically ran the entire place herself, which is amazing. I do think £90 for the room was a tiny bit steep, and she did apologise and said she's sorry she couldn't give me a cheaper room or a cheaper rate. It's the only one she had and everything. I think it's because a part of me is comparing it to the hotel I stayed in, the Lodge in Keld, on the coast to coast. That was 50, it was 50 something, but it was basically £50 for the night in this gorgeous room. It was like a very small room, obviously it was a single, but it was really nice, very well maintained, and that included like a full breakfast. So I feel like, I don't know, everywhere's different, you know, some places would probably charge you way more for a regular room, so I'm not complaining, happy I did it. And I slept really well, had a really good night's sleep, because especially considering that on the sleeper train, ironic it's called a sleeper train for me, because I probably got about collectively 2 hours at the most in like 15-minute bursts of sleep. And then the day before that I was up, from the day I got the sleeper train I was up since, I think it was 5:45, 5:50. Basically been up for like nearly 2 days straight, at least a day and a half straight, with I suppose what you could call a couple naps in between that I could get on the train. So slept really well, caught up on my sleep it feels like. So that might be why I did set off a bit later than usual. Not late, like I said, left the hotel about 9:30. Would have liked to have gotten up earlier, but I just needed the sleep. I was a little bit sleep deprived and exhausted from walking all the way up there. This isn't even the steep part. Anyway, this is that holiday park that I was on about, that I passed, and I believe it's just around this corner down there where it's those open fields that lead me to Gairlochy. So yeah, 10-15 minutes. I've just come off the road a sec because I really need a wee, but I think this is like a fishing spot, so I hope there's no one here. There's nowhere else to do it once I get on the trail, that's all. I need a place with cover, ideally. I mean, I guess this is the only place I can do it. Right by this like shack facing the river. I'm just gonna triple check no one's here. I don't know. This is like kind of creepy, but I just really needed it. There was a main road up there, so there wasn't anywhere to do it. Thing is though, it's a fishing spot that clearly you need a permit for, or that someone owns, and when I walked past this point I did hear like a couple of people talking. I think it was like a man and a woman talking down here, so I was just hoping that they still weren't there or staying in this hut, but doesn't look very livable. It's cute though. If I own that, I'd definitely make it livable and have it for a little to stay in. It's a cute location. It's so typical that it starts raining the second I take off my waterproof, but I'm just so warm from that walk in, and I was like, oh, I need to take my coat off. I guess I didn't see this big grey cloud right above me, but I'm heading in that direction. Let's hope it goes this way, because the wind's blowing that way, so I hope the cloud moves that way and not over there, because there looks nice and bright. And that's down there, like I said yesterday, down there's Loch Lochy, so yeah, I'll be going that way. Like I said, looks a bit brighter, but oh my god, and I thought these were birds yesterday. I was like, oh, look at them all sat on the power lines, like swooping, like wiggling their tails and everything. I don't know what they are, but they're not birds. They're something for the power lines. I can just see one there. It's got something hanging from it. It's like a charm. I don't know. If anyone knows anything about power lines and would like to fill me in, because no idea what they are. Okay, if I can fit my bag through this gap. Check out these old graves. If I find out what they are, I'll put it on screen, but yeah, they're that old. Not very discernible. Can't read what's on any of them. It's a nice graveyard though. Look at that. Look at how old it is. This is amazing. I'm going to see what this one is, because it's got a whole it's like fenced off. It's got its own fence. There's one there as well. Oh, the gate's open. What is it? This is very fancy. I can't read it, but I don't want to step on the burial site. So again, if I find out what any of these are, I'll probably look it up. Oh my gosh, is that one, or is that just a rock? Really interesting here.
Gairlochy Burial Ground is a small walled graveyard with 18th and 19th century tombs and graves. It was granted Category C listed status by the Highland Authority in 1980. Its statement of special interest reads as follows: probably site of early Kilmonavig Church. Once bounded north by the River Lochy, diverted to present course in early 19th century to make way for Caledonian Canal.
That's the path I came from yesterday, and I'm just rejoining the trail now as it crosses over this bridge. It is 20 past 11. I did hope to be here for 11, but I stopped at that graveyard and took that little detour before that weetour. So that's fine. Still making alright time, I think. Come on, Cameron. For those who don't know, my boyfriend's called Cameron. So nice to see his name, and even though it's a very Scottish name, so you are going to see it in Scotland, which is nice. This has been such a lovely woodland walk. I love it. I love these trees. Oh, it smells so good. Evergreens, pines, coniferous trees, just around autumn especially, because all on the ground, these pine needles and everything, and the fern starting to decompose, just smells amazing. It's like a really sweet woody pine smell. It's gorgeous. Look at this moss as well. This moss here. I absolutely love moss, especially when it's just, I don't know, when it looks so perfect like this. And just here, coming out of the trees, first views of Loch Lochy. Oh, it's so bright, it's so dark in there, but nice, a really nice kind of dim forest darkness. Oh my god, oh, hang on, is this the path down here? Looks like it. Not there. Here, where I just saw this little blackbird hop down. Following the birds. Yeah, there we go. High fire risk. No problem. Oh my god. Oh my god, is that someone's house? Or like a holiday home at least, because that is spectacular. Got trees, the loch, the mountains. and there's like a kids play area down here. That's awesome. It's like a tree house that peers over onto the trail. So cool. So much biodiversity here, and look at them all. Look at all these plants and baby trees, moss. Wow. And heather. Oh my god. Just down there past the shipwreck is a lighthouse. I'll put the name on the screen that I read about yesterday. It's really lovely. And just a sock there on the tree. Strange anyway. I've been sat down for a good 3 minutes just taking it in. What a lovely place. I just thought I'd quickly check Facebook while I had signal, which, you know, I don't do all the time, especially when I'm on the trail, just every now and then. And the first thing I saw was, you know, the tree, Sycamore Gap from that old Robin Hood movie that's on the Hadrian's Wall. It was chopped down last night, so that's upsetting because I don't know if any of you guys know this, but me and my brother, in January 2022, we hiked Hadrian's Wall but got food poisoning to the Twice Brewed Inn, which, you know, that was a whole ordeal. Manager wasn't very nice about it, and we ended up calling it quits at Sycamore Gap because we weren't well enough to carry on. And and that's when Cameron, my boyfriend, made the over 8-hour round trip on his day off. Luckily it was his day off work, to come pick me and my brother up from Northumberland. So absolute legend. We always thank him for it. We never let him forget that he pretty much saved us, because there were no buses running or anything miles from the next train station, and we were very delirious from food poisoning. And anyway, yeah, Sycamore Gap is where we stopped, and because it was January and we were wild camping other than the night at Twice Brewed Inn, it didn't have its leaves, but it was still pretty magnificent. I'll put in a picture of it that I took while I was there or something. And yeah, to learn that it's been chopped down overnight. I don't know much more about it, if it was a professional job or if it was like thugs or what, but how awful is that? It was voted it was either the most beautiful or iconic tree in England or the UK, so it's been chopped down. Don't understand why. Me and my brother need to complete Hadrian's Wall, and Sycamore Gap was where we were going to carry it on from, because obviously that's where we had to stop. And it's going to be upsetting going back there just to see a stump. And we were hoping to see it in a, you know, a different month with the leaves, but mind you, we have left it quite a while. It was January 2022. It's now 2023 September, and yeah, we were doing it for charity as well, for Mind Charity. Don't know when me and my brother can finish the hike. We both need 4 days off together, because we could do it in 3, but I'm gonna do it in 4. So that's why it's taken so long, because we've had time off for like holidays, but that was like family holidays. We need to figure out a time to complete it. So yeah, that's that really. Sycamore Gap. That's such a shame. I'm really upset by that. I just missed it from side on, but that's a heron up there flying away. I took a shortcut path, took it out a little uphill bit, and this is karma for doing so. Right, I'm still gonna, I could just turn around and take it, but I'm gonna see it through. Let's do this. Let's jump across. Okay. There we go. Oh my god, there's another. God, let's hope I'm not stranded. Jesus, this is a cool area though. Look at it. It's nice. You can see the Great Glen Way sign there. Don't worry, I'll get to you. I'll figure it out. Don't worry, I am sensible. I promise. If it was deeper or faster running, I would just turn back. But my shoes are quite good. Look at me getting wet feet now. Oh, so I'm just kind of navigating this, figuring it out. I don't know why I didn't just turn back, because now I've got wet feet. It's alright, I've got bread bags. Got my Ziplocs. Oh god. Right, how am I going to do this bit now? This is what I mean. What on earth? Don't know whether to go on that. It's quite I want to say swampy. I don't know if that's even walkable. Guess we'll find out. Well, I did it. Got a wet left foot from it. Most likely didn't save myself at any time. Well, that's what you get from being stubborn.
I could sit around and wait all day. You lay easy on my mind. Like a candle, I just burn away. All we really have is time. All we really have is time. I don't wanna waste it on anybody. Take it with seeking you will find. There is nothing in you that is fading. All you ever do is shine. You are brighter all the time. I don't wanna waste it on anybody. Take it with anybody but you. I don't wanna waste it on anybody. Make it with anybody but you. I don't wanna waste it on anybody.
So if you've watched other Great Glen Way videos, you've likely seen this. It is the World War II LCA that commandos used to train attack from the sea, which it says here was a key tactic. And if you do want to read all this, feel free to pause. I'll keep it still for a moment. And that's the picture. So yeah, cool. And there's also someone's tyre rim there. So I was wondering when I was going to come across this. I've looked at it, but I won't, you know, step on it or anything, obviously. Wow. Very cool. For some reason I always thought it was made out of wood, because when you see it on other people's videos when they stand over there it looks wooden. I don't know why. But yeah, cool. Awesome. Glad to have seen that. Clan Cameron Museum, which I don't really have time to visit there today. I'd like to, but whenever me and Cameron come here, I'm sure we will. Check it out. But if you do have time, feel free to visit. It's just down that track there. Hello. Oh, look at the size of that tree. Oh my god. So many of them like this along the trail. One right there, and no doubt there'll be many others. One right there. Oh, even its trunk, even its branch. Oh my god, its branches as well. Bloody hell. Amazing. I love Scotland. This is a really sweet memorial just off the side of this road near Clunes, and there's a little sapling growing out of it in memorial of Boris Coble. I've pronounced it wrong, I'm not sure. 1969 to 1988, member of the Dutch Cameron Boy Scouts. In July 1986, this was the last place he visited in good health. Boris, you're a Cameron forever. In July 1992, this was placed. That is lovely. That's so sweet. This is older than I am. 1992, it says I was born in March 1998. Oh wow. Love all that on top, look at that. Lovely. Got all these signs here. Oh wow, Clunes Forest School. It's got like a bookshelf and a TV in there. That's so lovely. Lucky people to be able to use that. Oh, ancient woodlands, modern management. Did you know that the pine marten, these things here, they're common around here, although you don't often see them. On forest roads, keep a lookout for droppings full of berries. The telltale sign as berries are their favourite food. Oh sweet! Oh, there have been woodlands in this area for thousands of years. Patches of ancient woodland with oak, dark, birch, ash, elm, holly, julian, rowan and hazel can still be found among the more modern conifer plantations. That's amazing. Sorry if I couldn't pronounce any of those correctly. Wow. And hut platforms like the one below, dating back to the Iron Age, 500 BC to 500 AD, are some of the earliest traces of human activity in the woods. The platforms were later used for charcoal burning, producing fuel for the growing industries of the 1800s onwards. Very cool. It's a shame that that's been burnt by someone. Or maybe magnified by the sun. I don't know, it's like a scorch mark to me. It's very cool though. Oh, I hope I see one of these guys. They are super rare though. Pine martens. Also, I had to come back and look at this. It says relocated trailblazer camping site. I would like to make it further to the top, but if for whatever reason, because that's where I think I'm like down here somewhere. If I pass here and I'm absolutely knackered, then I will. However, oh, that's the old one. Oh, of course, that. I didn't know that was an old trailblazer site. I thought it was still the current one. That's interesting, because I was going to aim for there on my second night tonight, but I'd ideally like to go a bit further. We'll see how we do. I'm there-ish, here I think, and then there up there. So I've got a ways to go. I think for Laggan, which is what I'm aiming for, I think Invermorriston might be a bit far today, but it would be nice. I guess we'll just see. I think Invermorriston's about 10 miles from here, I've just checked, and Laggan is about, I think it was 6 or 7. So I'd like to wild camp, but if there is a... Ooh, this is pretty. I like these. Yeah, if there's a campsite, I'll consider it, but I might wild camp. We'll just see how it goes. I think this is the point where people often get confused where the route splits into a high and low route. If this is the point, it's actually further on down there. That's not part of the way. There should be a signpost there. You know what, I say that. This route is probably the best, the most well signposted route I've ever been on for a trail, because there's these, it's the blue pillars with the thistle mark on them. That's that marks the Great Glen Way, and they're everywhere, to be honest. I've hardly had to look at the map, so I'm surprised there isn't one there, but I don't know. Anyway, this is this is the way down here. Free beer. And there's a boot there, a hiking boot. I wonder what's happened there. Cool shelter. Useful in a storm, I imagine. I mean, you know, it'd leak, but keep the wind off you, mostly. Cool.
Blue sky come bearing up before us. We hang on the hem of your gown. Blue sky come, promise not to leave us. Tarry not to our town. There's a darkness in the valley. Heavy branches crack and split. If we holler, will you hurry? Can you hear us through the wind? Blue sky calm, dancing in between us. Take us up, lay us down. Blue sky calm, promise not to leave us. Carry on to our town. There's a violence under our feet, running stitches through our homes. Bring a lantern, bring it quickly. Joy is not to be grown. Blue sky come, hark into our chorus. Tie us to your golden crown. Blue sky come, promise not to leave us. Tarry not to our town. Tarry not to our town. Tarry not to our town. Tarry not.
Wow, these really are some deep dark woods. Can't even, it's not really showing much on camera, but it's almost pitch black in there. Same with well, not so much anymore, but further down there, that bit there was very, very dark, not a lot of light. It's cool though, because you've got this vibrant green moss to contrast it, with a little stream and algae. It's nice. Looks like very dense ancient woodlands. I mean, they are ancient woodlands, it's just very cool. A lot of history, and you can just imagine people living there in their little round houses, and you know, in 500 BC to 500 AD, as it said. And I wonder what kind of people and who they were who lived in these woods centuries ago. So cool around here. I'm in my element right now. Wow, it's windy, but look at those views. Oh wow, really nice elevation here. Wow, sunlight on that end of the loch. That's nice to see. Also, blue sky a little bit. Oh, so you know, it's getting a little nicer for now at least. Wow. Oh, that's stunning. Oh my god. Good to see how far I've come as well. All the way beyond there. And back there, well, I'll say back there, over there, shrouded in clouds, is of course Ben Nevis. So amazing views up here. Oh my god. I don't know what this is. Oh my god. What's... I think this might be the Trailblazer replacement. This is amazing. Oh wow. Might just go and check it out. There's someone down there. Yeah, this is a really cool space, so it's clearly maintained. You've got a compost toilet there and a few places for people to pitch, so I imagine there's a few down there where those people are. I think there's a couple down there. Stood on one right now, like a flat raised area for a tent. There's one there, one there, one there. There's a bunch, so there's at least within eyeshot 4, 5, 6 spaces and more. Just like I said, down there it's all flat. So this is really nice. There's another hut down there, I can't really see on camera. And there's a picnic bench. A couple of picnic benches down there too. It is a bit early for me to stay here overnight, so I'm gonna carry on, but it is lovely. If this was like right at the end of Loch Lochy, then I definitely would, but I'm only about just over halfway. About 2/3 of the way, I'd say. So I do need to continue, otherwise, because I've only got till I'm here till Monday. I've got a train booked back Monday at around 3 o'clock, so I've got till Sunday to finish it, and then on Monday I'd just either do the last few miles, or wherever I end up staying on Sunday night, just go to the train station, stay in Inverness for a bit. We'll see how it plays out. So I do need to kind of get my miles in every day and push on. So if I do get to Laggan or Invergary, then I'll be on track for my 5.5 days. So this is a diversion path, as they're doing this construction works going on down there apparently. And I think that sticks out there is the old Trailblazer site that I again was considering for my second night. Obviously not an option now for two reasons, because the replacement one is the one that I've passed, and I want to do more walking really. I'm liking this section because I don't know, I really did enjoy the Clunes forest for a while, and then I just found myself daydreaming and zoning out, because although a beautiful dense woodland, I think my issue anyway is that, again, I do daydream, I zone out a lot, and I just found myself like in my head, and you know, still obviously moving, walking and everything, and then I zoned out and I was just like, oh, I've not even, like, I couldn't tell how long had passed. I had to keep checking my Strava. Kept having to check my Strava app and see like how many miles in I was, because I couldn't tell myself, I really couldn't. So for whatever reason I was zoning out a lot there. I think a lot of it was quite monotonous at some points, and you know, didn't get views like this through most of it, although again I do like trees. I don't know, anyway. I am liking this bit quite a lot. It's nice high path, and I really like the lighting currently as well. It's nice. So I'll let you guys know how many miles I've done so far. Since the start I've done 26 miles, just under 27. That's the that's not today, that's yesterday as well, by the way. I'm just doing it as a whole thing. So when I set off this morning from that hotel, it was on 14.5 miles. So I've done just over 12 miles today. I'm trying to get to at least 15, because I need to, like I said, get the miles in and everything like that. So I'm trying to get to about 15 miles, so I'm on track for that. Laggan and everything. Decide what I'm doing there. I did consider the youth hostel. There's a Great Glen youth hostel, but it's full tonight. I considered it. I wasn't like expecting to go there anyway. I kind of want to camp either at a site or while camping, so I'll do that tonight. Check this bit out, it's nice. Ah, Loch Lochy. Loch of the Dark Goddess. I was wondering about the name Loch Lochy, because I was thinking It's like saying Lake Lakey, but well, it's got an actual meaning, which is good. Interesting. How deep is your lock? Just some information if you guys want to pause it and read at any points. Go ahead. Walking on the edge of a dramatic fault line. Well, I knew it was a fault line, but I'm intrigued. Be careful. Cuts the Highlands in two and is Scotland's longest glen. This dramatic steep-sided glen is a large geological fault line that runs in an almost straight line across the Highlands from Fort William in the southwest to Inverness in the northeast. Yeah, and it's a straight line. You can see it on the maps. It's really cool. Splitting Scotland into two. So I might have a little sit down and a snack. I'll sit on that side because the wind's coming from there and I can get a nice view. This is nice, I like this. Just passed a couple of hikers hiking in the opposite direction and asked them about roughly how far do they think to the end of the loch that I've got to go. So obviously coming up here, going over the tops, not those tops, but halfway up where that path is, and he said about an hour and a half, so sounds good to me. I've got about 2.5 hours till sunset, so I'm hoping it works out like that. But yeah, they said it's a bit uphill and flat and then back down, so yeah, all good, sounds good. Oh, there's another nice sheltered seat here. I really like these. I love the stone and obviously all this earth that's on it. I think it looks great. Really fits in with the landscape nicely. Oh my gosh. These are all the things that, these are all the animals, all the creatures that inhabit this area. So you've got red squirrel, red deer, pine marten and Scottish crossbill, as well as ospreys and a multitude of other creatures, I imagine. But oh, I think I've heard that. Metallic chip chip chip. Nice. Oh, that's lovely, that's amazing. I hope I see some or hear some. Oh, this is gorgeous. I'm really enjoying this. Absolutely stunning. Also, not to bring the mood down a bit, but a little update on the Sycamore Gap tree that was cut down last night. They've arrested someone for a 16-year-old boy. So if that's the case, if it was him, I hope he knows. He probably doesn't know, but I hope he knows what he's done and how devastating that is. Because it wasn't just any tree. Pretty sure everyone knows the significance of it. Yeah, they weren't lying when they said they were undergoing construction on the other path. So the sun's actually shining at the minute, and it feels like it's been ages since I've seen a bit of sun like this. At least on the hike, you know. It wasn't like this at all yesterday or today till now. think the day before yesterday was a bit dreary as well. So nice to get a bit of vitamin D in. You just see the north head of Loch Lochy there, so coming to the end of it. It's a lovely loch, but I am glad to see the end of it. So I know I've made good time and everything. So I think I'm going to be camping at Laggan Locks. Oh, there's a rainbow there. Very faint. I saw one down there too before when the sun was out. I'm not sure if the camera picked it up though. So yeah, Laggan Locks, and I think it's I'm not sure if it's just a wild camping site or a trailblazer wild camping site or what, but it's marked on maps. And there's a barge there nearby, just on the loch, and I think it's called like the Eagle Barge, and they do food and drinks and everything. It's like a restaurant on the water. I did call to see if I could kind of book a table or food or something, and they said all the tables are booked, but the bar space is first come first serve, and you can eat at the bar. So I'll just have to see. I've got food myself, but I just think it'd be nice to have somewhere like that to eat, a barge on the water. Hello there. Oh, look at you. Freshly shaved. So yeah, see what happens with both those things. See what happens with camping at Laggan Locks and eating at the Eagle Barge. So yeah, not too far from it now. Probably about 20 minutes to go, 25 minutes till I'm at Laggan Locks, just down there somewhere. So yeah, where I'm hoping to camp is just up there. So you can see where the bit of land that sticks out there, it's not that, it's to the right bit. So I have to walk up right to the very end and across to the other side. So yeah, I'd say about 20 minutes, give or take. Is that a pan lid? Hello. Sorry guys, don't mean to disturb you. So here you've got the end of Loch Lochy and the start of the other part of the Caledonian Caledonian Canal. I think I might go here. I didn't know there were some bothies that you had to hire there. It says there's no availability, but that's fine. They're like, these are just like glorified huts basically. They look nice. But yeah, this is a really lovely spot. Oh my god, there's someone wading in water there.
I found a good spot to pitch my tent in this tranquil location and read upon the information board telling tales of historic events that took place in this area. Near here, the Battle of the Shirts was fought in July 1544. The battle was over who could become chief of the powerful MacDonalds of Clan Ranald. There were two contenders, Ranald Gelder and his nephew, John of Moidart. Ranald, whose mother was a Fraser, was supported by the chief of the Lovat Frasers. John's supporters included the Camerons and the MacDonalds of Glengarry and Keppoch. In an attempt to avoid serious conflict, the two sides came together for a meeting. The exact outcome of this meeting is unclear, but John agreed to head west with his men. Shortly thereafter, Ranald and Lord Lovat were returning north to the Fraser homelands near Inverness, where John's army trapped them beside Loch Lochy. Most of Ranald's forces, hundreds of men including Lord Lovat, his eldest son, and Ranald himself were killed. The losses on John's side were equally as bad. Loch Lochy is said to have run red with blood for days afterwards, and John became clan chief until his death in 1574. And it was said that the day of the battle was so hot that both sides removed their plaids and fought in their shirts, giving the battle its name, the Battle of the Shirts. A less colourful explanation is that the battle side was already called Arnelena, the field of the swampy meadow.
Okay guys, so this is my pitch, and it is quite windy, but I am fairly sheltered here, so that's good. And yeah, got a nice little view there of Loch Lochy, and that's the Laggan Locks bit. This is a trailblazer thing. It's got a sign up there, and obviously there's those bothies there if anyone fancied booking there to stay at any point on the trail. So yeah, about to do my bed set up, so blow up my sleeping mat and my rolling mat and get my sleeping bag out, and I'll head and see if hopefully I can get some food at the Eagle Barge, but I don't want to get my hopes up too much in case it's absolutely packed. Anyway, so I'm gonna do the bed stuff first, and I'll do one of those transitions. So leave my little tent behind for a bit in hopes for food. If not, I'll be back and I'll have a pot noodle or something. It's no big deal, I'll just check and see if there's any room at the bar to sit.
Just a 2-minute walk from my little wild camping spot was the Eagle Barge Inn, a floating pub restaurant on Laggan Locks. Inside was styled like a rustic cabin, adding to the wonder of this truly unique experience. And a cute dog that lives on the barge kept me company too. Apparently I was early to arrive, so as one of their first customers I got the first choice of where to sit. I opted for the cosy red sofa by the fire and watched the joy of painting with Bob Ross while I ate nachos and drank good wine. As I indulged myself in the warmth of the Eagle Barge, I listened to the storm rage outside. A storm that I'd soon have to step out into, and once I'd reached my tent, I'd find something that had occupied it in my absence.
Okay, right, I've just got in my tent. There's a mouse. There's a mouse in my tent. How did you get in here? Don't tell me you chewed a hole. How the hell? Okay, don't attack me. Where are you? How did you get in here? I shut my tent. You are so cute. Okay, I'm gonna let you out, don't worry. Don't worry, it's a culprit. I'm gonna clear a path. Clear you a path. It's okay, you go that way. No. Hey! Oh. Okay, you need to go. Have you been eating my food? Oh my gosh, you've been... I swear to God, if you've made a hole in my tent, I'm not gonna do it. Okay, nearly there. No. Nearly there. Hey. It's okay. Right, I don't quite know what to do, to be honest. You need to go out that way. Go that way. No, I know, it's okay. Oh, you look so scared. Right, I don't want to touch it because I don't want you to bite me. I need you to go that way, please. Thank you very much. Oh my God, I can't believe that. I honestly thought... I didn't really think when I left the food in my tent because none of it's open, it's all sealed, but I can see the entry point where the mouse came in, so I'm gonna... I'm gonna put tape over that. I can't believe that just happened. I was so... Imagine my shock when I see a mouse in my tent. That was surreal. Anyway, there's a few droppings I've got to take care of. I'm gonna get a tissue, pick them up and throw the droppings outside. That is unreal. I can't believe that. Bloody hell. I can't believe that. In my Bombay Bad Boy as well. Like, that... How? That is so spicy. I know it didn't have the sauce packet, but even that seasoning, man, that mouse is gonna be seriously ill. Gutted, my favourite pot noodle. I think I've got one more anyway, but bloody hell. What am I gonna do with this? I can't leave it in my tent because it will draw more to... Right, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna leave this outside of my tent, and in the morning, obviously, I'm gonna pick it up and bin it because I don't want them coming to my tent. Oh my God. Oh, that's it. No, not one of my porridge pots as well. That's a joke. I'm gutted. Right, I'm going to do the same with this. Leave it outside. Oh my God. But obviously, bin it in the morning. That's ridiculous. I can't believe it. Oh my God, guys, I'm going to cry. So this, I've just seen a hole that a mouse has chewed in my actual bag and has eaten a couple of my Jaffa cakes. I'm just going to have to do a full bag check. I can't believe this. Oh my God. I'm still in disbelief, and I've just found another hole that is chewed through. So that's 2 holes, and I'm just wondering why 2 holes, because I only saw one mouse, unless one of them came in one way and the same, and the second one the same way, and then one of them chewed its way out. I don't know. And one stayed, maybe? I really don't know. I don't understand it. I've thoroughly searched this tent for any sign of any other mice, but can't find one. So I'm just a bit in shock still, to be honest. I can't believe that's happened. So I've actually gone round and sprayed some of the sides where you can see it's wet with insect repellent, because I know obviously mice are insects, but I've heard that citronella, which is the scent of the repellent, repels mice and rodents as well, so, and it'll hopefully mask, at the very least, mask the smell of any other remaining food, which I've wrapped up thoroughly. I've made sure there are no holes that are giving off any scent. I've wrapped it up thoroughly, and yeah, I'm just gonna keep a listen out, I guess, for any pesky mice, and I'm just glad I'm not in bear country, if I'm honest with you, because I think compared to mice sniffing out your food and bears sniffing out your food, you know which one you prefer. So yeah, I'm just a little bit annoyed at the holes that it's made. So the hole in my bag and the 2 holes in my tent. So again, at least it's not anywhere like on the ground section. So I'm gonna have to patch that up as well.